Letters. Hey, how are you? I don't know what the date is. I don't care what the date is. The 12th. It's the 12th. A letter. This is an actual email I got at camodave@gmx.com. Hello, Camodave. I appreciate the entertainment value of your channel and the humor in which you present your information. I want to let you know that the channel you identified as doing parodies of Deborah Joy's channel is currently being investigated by YouTube and the authorities. I won't mention the name. The blah 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 channel is not a parody channel or a simple trolling situation. There is genuine concern for the safety of Deborah Joy. When you look at that blah 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 channel, with the exception of 2 early videos, all are focused solely on Deborah Joy. The person spends hours going through her videos, downloading them, editing clips together, and adding color filter effects and titles. The content is based on imaginative assumptions. These are not the actions of a healthy person. I agree with one of your commenters that you should consider adding something to cover up the identification of the channel. This goes beyond a joke and is a potentially dangerous situation. The blah 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 channel should not get the attention with the investigation, and authorities are working on the case. It will only fuel this person to increase their activity and possibly go beyond digital stalking. Deborah Joy is a 60-something woman who lives alone. No matter anyone's opinion on her content, no one should be put in danger of having a YouTube channel. Hopefully YouTube and the authorities will be successful and also be able to get help for the person running the blah 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 channel before that something happens. Thank you, and your continued success with your own YouTube presence, John. Well, thank you, John. I do appreciate that. It's not my intention ever to put anybody in any danger. And, you know, again, a lot of YouTubers, they use the kind of troll channels to build their own channels. The fact that Deborah talked about this particular channel, she didn't mention the name, but the fact that she mentioned it brought a lot of people like, who's that? What's that channel? And it is a publicly available channel. And we did make a quick little link to it, but I totally understand that. You know, I think one of the big questions is, where do you stop being a funny parody channel and where does it start becoming a scary stalker channel? You know, there's a lot of parody channels out there. There have been a lot of them at the bottom of YouTube that have come and gone. Most of them have gone away because it is hard to stay abreast of YouTube's cyber police, because they eventually do shut them down, although it can take a while. But some parody channels are genuinely, you know, fair use parodies, you know. I don't know. You know, it depends, I guess, how you're seeing the channel and all that. I think, you know, again, you got to talk about Deborah Joy and her situation. She does a lot of videos, you know, she does sometimes 3 or 4 a day, and she's posting stuff. And, you know, you got to realize, you know, she shows the location of her house or the blue cottage. People can look that up. She shows some personal, you know, information about herself that's easy to find out where she is. She's got, maybe she should take a little extra time and say, hey, you know, I better guard my privacy a little better too. You know, I think it takes 2 to tango. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, I guess I've always said this about YouTube, is they really should make it a requirement that you have to somehow prove your identity to set up a channel, even a troll channel. You know, when you do get monetized, you do have to send them bank account information and tax information and your SSN and all that, because they want to, you know, they're sending you money, you're making money, the tax people want to know that. But to just set up a plain old channel, you can set up a channel using anybody's name, any identity, and that makes YouTube, you know, kind of a willing participant when it comes to all this fraud, troll, nasty behavior, you know? We were asking a question about Wayne, RV Prepper Wayne there, and how he weathered the storm. Some bad news from Antique Hippies here. Wayne's home, his rental, was destroyed, as well as the trees hitting his RV. And he used the RV he just bought. Wow. He posted this on Facebook, so I'll have to check that out. I didn't know Wayne had a Facebook page, but at least it looks like he's okay, you know? But Frigman writes, I'm not sure this whole nomad phenomenon is going to take off. With only 10,000 baby boomers a day renting and more than 355,000 travel trailers, motorhomes, and folding camper trailers sold each year on a record $15.4 billion worth, according to the Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, and some 9 million RVs on the road in the U.S., the highest number ever, the RVIA says. Where can it all go? How can Bob take care of all of them? Well, I don't know. Yeah, but it doesn't take into account all the nomads living in their cars. And apparently a lot of people these days are having tough times and just living in a car or living in a van. They're not necessarily registered. You know, they're not officially an RVer or whatever. And you're seeing more and more people doing that. And I think there's a much larger nomadic population in this country than any numbers would show. Mr. Breeze, supposedly the Bureau of Land Management got many calls on the loud music at the RTR last year. Well, question mark, I should have said last year. The nickname should be Bobstock this year, right? Woodstock to Bobstock. I don't know. As I said yesterday, I think the RTR is starting to get out of Bob's control. You know, when you're starting to get thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming, it's how do you police that? How do you enforce the rules? How do you do anything? It's going to get too out of hand. Destination Storm. Our little family is sending you wishes from Disneyland. I would send wishes to Adam the Woo too, but he's probably here at the park as well. Well, yeah, just look around. Cats rule, writes, boy, did you ever grow on me. Who would ever have thunk? I watch you every day, Mr. Radio Voice Camo Dave. Greetings from this Alberta, Canada cat. Well, hi, we got a lot of friends in Canada. A lot of people up there watch us. I love Canada. I'm from North Carolina and came out of the storms okay. Thanks for the heads up with the RTR, writes Jackie Price. Hey, yeah, we got storms here yesterday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. It started to rain like holy heck. And the storm came through southern Virginia, and we here in northern Virginia got it. And then by midnight, it had already passed through, and then it got real windy, and we have a beautiful fall-like cool day here today. So I think fall's finally on the way. On Page asks a very interesting, sensible question. If you want quiet, clean, well-behaved desert life, why would you go where literally thousands will be camped within walking distance? And that's very true. If you want peace and tranquility, why do you go to the RTR in the first place? Because you know there are thousands and thousands of other people there, and even a tiny fraction of them making noise is going to be a big pain in the you-know-what. Eddie Smith comments on the Homeless on Wheels Alliance. That's Bob Wells' new charity group. I've worked for charitable organizations, and they are almost always run like for-profit entities where you get paid a full-time salary very similar to a for-profit, because after all, somebody's got to run things, else it's chaos, and those people have got to make mortgage, rent payments, etc., etc. Yeah, Bob Wells already did a full video announcing the new name plus his official what his official title will be, and Sue Ann's official title will be. Yeah, why should he work his butt off all the time for everybody else? Yeah, I definitely think he's going to get paid. Whether that taints things, I don't know. Bernie B, I left out Wandering Yimmy's video of Mount Shasta cults and strange goings-on. Makes me want to break out all my white outfits and head for the woods to get swept through a portal to a golden city inside Mount Shasta. Really? Is that there? Boony Poon writes, clickbait is when you put something in the title and then there is nothing in the video that has to do with the title. You just get people to click on it. In Eric's video, that's Nomadic Fanatic, he shows a bunch of bras hanging around a bar. So that's actually not clickbait, because he actually showed it. He said bras in the title, and he showed it. Even Phillips writes, I have a channel with 14 subs with no content. I'd send you a sticker, Dave, but I don't have any. They don't have stickers for being a big commenter on so many channels. LOL. Well, do like the Swedes does. Go get some of that sticky paper or whatever with a peel-off back on it, and go just get a couple magic markers or Sharpies and make your own sticker, you know? Artie Records writes, I think he's writing about Living Free Mikey. his fuel pump is going out. Yeah, he was talking about how he was having trouble, you know, in his RV, and you know, it's one of those things that's intermittent, right? I love intermittent problems, right? You do that in a car. 1 minute it's doing something weird, and then the next minute it's okay, and then it's doing it weird again. It looks like Living Free Mikey's probably going to need a new fuel pump pretty soon, and maybe even a tow. Who knows? So get out those PayPal accounts, won't you? Shall you? Sterwinger, 1981. Drama, mechanical problems, more drama, personal issues. Money problems, more drama, egos, pets, drama, nature encroachments, more drama for the bottom of YouTubers, yeah, health issues, what else can we throw in there? Stalkers, trolls, it never stops, does it? At Kankin, yeah, I didn't have any. She wonders what happened to the Camo Dave Pet Parade today. As I said, I had some trouble. I accidentally deleted all my files this morning that I shot, and yes, that included the Pet Parade, and I was pressed for time and didn't have time to redo it. Pet Parade will be back probably Sunday or Monday, so do continue to send your pet pictures in to camodave@gmx.com. All right, folks, that's letters for... I don't know the date, and I don't care what the date is. It's October 12th. Friday, a beautiful Friday here. You all have a good weekend. See you tomorrow at Saturday. That's every Saturday morning at about 9:30 Eastern Time. Thanks for watching. The mailbox is closed.